Alright family, welcome back. So Polkadot staking, how to stake Polkadot on Ledger, your staking Polkadot guide. Alright guys, so in today's video, I'm going to show you how to stake Polkadot on Ledger Live, which is something new that has just recently been released. This is really cool because before now, you can only really stake your Polkadot, as far as I know, on Kraken and using PolkadotJS, which is Polkadot's own way for token holders to stake their Polkadot. And I've had experience with PolkadotJS because you can directly attach that to your ledger. But the entire process is really complex. Even for me as a software engineer, I think that for most people who try to do it, they probably gave up because of the complexity of staking with PolkadotJS. On top of that, when you're staking with PolkadotJS, you actively have to manage it, or else when your delegation becomes oversubscribed, that means that there's too many staking on the pool that you're staking, then you won't be able to get returns because there's only a limited amount of stakers who will be getting returns. If you're below that number of people in terms of how much you're staking, then you're not going to get any returns. So in that sense, it's really not a zero-sum game. But if you're new to staking or you want to stake on Ledger Live, then this video is for you. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to take a look at how I was staking on PolkadotJS and how I'm going to move everything to Ledger Live. So whether you're staking for the first time or whether you are moving your stake from PolkadotJS to Ledger Live, then this video is for you. Other than that, if you haven't already, please be sure to smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, and let's jump into staking Polkadot. Alright guys, so let's talk a little bit about staking Polkadot. Now this is a really good tutorial on how to stake Polkadot on the Ledger hardware wallet by trading with Paul. He does an excellent job in explaining how to stake Polkadot with PolkadotJS, and this is the same guide that I use to stake my Polkadot on PolkadotJS, which is right here. The thing that I don't like about PolkadotJS is that you have to actively manage it. So you can see right now that under staking, I have these account actions, and you can see that my nominations are either waiting or inactive. Inactive means that they're not going to do anything. So what you have to do is you have to go and re-nominate new validators. And this is the waiting nominations. You see that there is sometimes this warning sign saying that your nomination has not been applied to any validator in the active set by the election algorithm. This could mean that all your validators are oversubscribed or that you have less bonded than the lowest nominator elected for each of the validators. So if you go over here to staking overview, we're just going to take a brief look at this. Look over that video with trading with Paul to get a more in-depth view, but take a look at the oversubscribed. So this is the label for oversubscribed. You can see that we have several that are oversubscribed, and notice that there is only 128 addresses in each of these that are actually getting rewards staking. These other two that are in the same pool, they have fallen out because their number of dots that are staked with this pool is less than the 128. Because if you look at this and you expand it out, then you can see that the last guy who is receiving rewards in this pool has 129.7541 dot, whereas this guy, just because he has a fewer number of dots by like 0.4, he is not getting any rewards for staking his Polkadot on Polkadot.js. It's the same situation here with Zug Capital. So this is when you have oversubscriptions with your validators. So on top of that, I am over in accounts, which shows all your accounts that you have Polkadot with. And with this, we actually need like a controller account that has a balance of like 2 or 3 dot in order to pay fees. But what you're staking from is you're actually locking your Polkadot from your ledger and you're staking from that. So please be sure to watch everything that you can about this how to stake Polkadot on a Ledger hardware wallet with trading with Paul, because he goes all over about it and he can explain it in detail way better than I can. But I just want to tell you that when I staked Polkadot using this method, this amount of dot, I did not earn a lot. I only earned 0.9878, and that was for like a month or two already. So that's not a lot of rewards that I'm getting, and that's probably because I'm not actively managing this, because what they say is you should probably check on your validators every single day. Well, I check it every single week. So that's kind of my part. I could have more direct ownership, extreme ownership with this, but I just don't have the time and I don't want to manage this so actively. So it's great that there's another method. If you want to manage this more passively, you could do it with Kraken, or you could probably do it with Ledger Live now. So we saw that just a bit ago that there were a bunch of oversubscribed validators, and I probably am in some of those nominations. So for example, Rayabina, Filimonov, and Protract while they're inactive. So we need to change our nominations. And if we open this, we actually get to see all the nominations that are waiting right now. So what you need to do is you can go here and click set nominees, and this will allow you to reset your nomination. So you can take the ones that you don't want, like Filimonov. You click that, it goes back to your candidate accounts, Ryabina, Protract, and then you would go and select another validator from this candidate's account to bring them over to your nominated accounts to renominate new active nominators. So master node. Of course, you should watch that video from Trading with Paul. I think I pitched him 3 times because he goes through how to do this more properly. He goes through how to pick the proper validators. But this kind of action, when you don't have a lot of dots, because if you have, like I say, under 200 dots or something, because we saw that the account, the last address, had like 275 dots. So if you're under 200, 300 dots, then you probably have to do this more often than the guy who has like thousands or millions of dots. So after you do that, click nominate and then click sign and submit, and then you'll just go over to your ledger if it's not unlocked yet, and you will confirm that on your ledger. So you just put in your password and sign the transaction, and then you would continue staking. So after you're done, it'll say that staking nominate is in block, which means you're good. So Ledger Live now introduces staking Polkadot with Ledger. I'm gonna attach this page to the comments below so you can take a look at it. It looks like the current annual yield with Ledger Live is around 10% minus the validator's commission rate. So it is less than what you get on Kraken, but it is also more secure. So I guess that is the pitch, because Kraken is an exchange, and for security reasons, I never keep any of my cryptos on exchanges. So the rate will vary depending on different criteria, like the amount of stake, number of validators, and their commission. And remember, you can select up to 16 validators at a time, which is the same that we have on Polkadot.js, and your assets are also locked for a minimum period of 28 days. So I just want to bring you back to the attention that they even talk about it here. So you have to carefully select your validators, because the rewards you're going to get is going to depend on them. If they don't behave properly, then you might get penalized and you might lose DOT as well. So only a certain number of validators, like we saw on Polkadot.js at a time, can participate in the consensus and be nominated. So that's that 128 that we saw on Polkadot.js. So first things first, I want you to go to Ledger Live, sign in, go to manager, and go to Polkadot, and make sure you have it installed. I already have it installed, so that's the first thing of order. So guys, before we actually go and make a Polkadot account, I just want to make sure that you go to your about and make sure that your Ledger Live version is at least 2.23, which is the latest version right now, because I was on 2.17 and Polkadot wasn't there because it didn't have Polkadot in that version. So make sure you're on this version. To actually go to accounts, click add account, choose a crypto asset, Polkadot, and continue, and then it's gonna open up Polkadot app on your device. So go over to your ledger. It's gonna first say open Polkadot app and a cancel action in the next one. So what you want to do is click open Polkadot app, and then I already have an existing account, so I'm gonna use this one, but you can also add a new account here if you want to, but I'm just gonna go add an existing account and click add account, and then boom, you've successfully added Polkadot to your account. Click done. And just for completeness sake, I went back and edited this, but we're gonna go back to add accounts just for those who have never added a Polkadot account. Just want to cover this for you guys. But go to add new account, click add account, and then you'll have another Polkadot account. It's gonna say 0 because you just added a new account. There's no dot in it. But what you can do is open that up, click receive, and amount to credit is your Polkadot 2. So go click continue, and then this is the address that you're gonna use to receive Polkadot from an exchange or something to this Polkadot account. So one thing that is cool is that I was using this account to stake on Polkadot.js, but you could see that this nominations here, there's a warning that doesn't allow you to stake on Ledger Live if you're actually staking on Polkadot.js, but it does show you all the latest operations and all the rewards that you were receiving. So I actually was receiving rewards every day, but it was just into the amount of like $1 every day. And also, if you are like me and you're staking on Polkadot.js and you have to change your controller account, just go here and click change controller account, and you can really just choose which controller account you use. So I would click Ledger, set controller, and that'll be that. Alright guys, so back on Ledger Live on our Polkadot account, you'll either see a manage assets or earn rewards. I want you to click that because the first thing that we have to do is click bond. Alright guys, so this screen might look a little bit different from you. I'll talk about the difference, but I was using this account prior by staking on Polkadot.js. If you're coming in with this completely new, you might see something different. The only difference is that you might see something like this. So the screen is completely the same, but you have two different options: available balance and bonded balance. So what available balance is, it's pretty much rewards just credited to your available balance. What bonded balance is rewards credited to your bonded balance for compounded earning. So for me, when I first started this on Polkadot.js, I used bonded balance because I don't want to think about it. I just want the earnings that I have to be rebonded so that they are earning compound interest for me. Alright, with that said, bond the amount that you want. Now, I know in the tutorial on Ledger Live, they use 1, but I prefer if you go with 2. I don't have 2 right now, so I'm just going to go with 1. But if you can go with 2 or even 3, then I suggest bonding with 2 or 3. So click continue. And then on your Ledger device, you would pretty much confirm this. So I just have to unlock my Ledger, but let's retry that. And then it'll give you a confirmation on your device. So on your Ledger device, it'll say staking, and you're going to click the right button all the way down to approve or reject. And you will go to approve and click the double buttons. All right, so now with bonding done, the next thing to do is to do nominations. You can nominate here, or you could go to manage assets and choose nominate. And you would select nominations just like how I talked about it in Polkadot.js when we were going through that. So make sure you see the commissions. Don't choose the one with commissions that are 100%. If it's 100%, that means that they don't want anyone to nominate with them because you don't earn anything with commissions that are 100%. So choose the ones that are low. This is 1%, so that's really good, but it's also oversubscribed with 130. So, you know, something like 2% is fine, 3% is fine. So you could just go here like that, and you could choose up to 16 nominations. So like that, 55 nominators, 120. This is 100%, so we're not going to pick that. 2%, so that's fine. And then click continue. And then at your device, you're going to confirm, it's going to review, you're going to approve that on your Ledger device, it's going to broadcast, and then you have successfully nominated your validators. Close. So with receiving your rewards, you don't really have to do anything because the validators usually claim the rewards for you, so it's automatic that way. But other than that, remember, if you have unbonded your DOT, then you can go back and click rebond here. So Ledger Live gives you a really nice UI to make it really easy. So go ahead, click rebond, and you could do max, continue. Again, go to your device to confirm it, click approve, and you're rebonded. So one thing that is really cool is you could see all your nominations here. You could see your active nominations by default, but if you want to show all nominations, you can see all the validators that you nominated and their status, which all of mine are inactive right now. You could also check the latest operations. Remember guys, when you're nominating and when you're bonding, that costs fees. So what I showed you, these are the costs it cost me in order to do those actions. So doing the nominations with 5 validators cost me 94 cents. I then nominated 16 validators, cost me an extra $2. Rebonding cost me 41 cents. So don't do this too often because it eats into your returns. But if you also have this connected to Polkadot.js, then you can also check your nominations here, because over here under staking account actions on Polkadot.js, it actually shows whether that you have nominations that are oversubscribed or inactive or active. These guys that are just all nominated, they're just waiting for nominations right now. So that's the status. I am not sure if that is shown on Ledger Live, if they are going to show that same status here. So in a sense, it is just good ownership to keep track of your Polkadot staking account here and there so that you make sure that you have some inactive nominations instead of ones that are oversubscribed or just slashed. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Now you learned what trouble I went through when I was staking on Polkadot.js, and now you should have the ability to stake on Ledger Live. I'm going to drop a video below from the guy that I learned from on how to stake on Polkadot.js. If you're still interested in staking with Polkadot.js, I'm just going to leave that video in the description below so you can have it as a reference. If you have a friend who is also a Polkadot holder, then please feel free to share this video with him. He'll appreciate you for teaching him how to earn passive income with his Polkadot. Other than that, if you haven't already, please be sure to smash the like button, smash subscribe, and check out these other videos on cryptocurrency and passive income because that's what we're all about on this channel. And I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.